Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So on today's tutorial we're going to be making this beautiful smoked dress with this sleeve. So I'll be showing you how to do this. So the first thing we'll be doing right now is to fold our fabric into two and cut out that part. So that part is going to be our starting point. So the next thing we're doing right now is to take off 5 inches like you see me doing, and then you mark your armhole measurement, which is 8.5, your half length, which is 16 and half, and then you take out the full length. So I'll be working with 41 plus 1, that's 42. So I'm just trying to take the lines across like you see me doing, like this. So the next thing I'll be taking right now is my bust measurement. So we're adding 4 inches. 4 inches is not constant. You can add 5, 6, as much as you want. So if you want to have that very smoky effect, you want it that very gathered after sewing, when you wear it, then you have to add more than 4 inches. You can add about 6 to 7 inches. So I took my waist measurement here and I added 4 inches. So from my waist to my hip, I went down by 9 to get my hip line measurement. So I took my hip measurement and I added 4 inches to it. So like I said, it's not constant. You can add 5 inches if you want to. So I took what I have on my hip measurement down to my length. So I took a straight line. But then, it's going to be a smoked dress. So after sewing and after wearing, you already have that shape. So I decided not to follow this line, not to take from my hip to my waist, then to my bust. So I decided to take the same thing I have on my hip on my bust to have a straight line. I hope you understand what I just did. So I didn't follow that initial bust measurement I took. So I took it up straight, and from that point I went in by 4 inch, and then I connected it like this to get my armhole. So it's quite fast, but I believe you understand what I just did here. So right now, what I'll be doing right now is just to cut it out. So what I did was to take the same measurement I have on my hip plus 4. I took it down, I took it up to my bust and up to the chest line. And from the chest line, from that point, I went in by 4 inches and I gave it a curve like this to get my armhole. So I'll be cutting the same thing again to get the second piece. I would have joined it together to cut, but I had my fabric separately. So I placed the first one. There is no front, there is no back, remember. So I cut off the top, and then here I am cutting out the armhole, doing the same thing I did. So I just laid it on top, and I laid the first one I cut on top, and I was cutting out the second one. So it's that simple. So right now we are done drafting the bodies. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is the sleeve. I'm using an organza. You can use whichever sleeve you want to, and you can make it as big as you want. So here I folded my organza into four pieces. I folded into 2, and then I folded again into 4. So for the sleeve, you can make it as wide. If you want, you can actually iron it out to keep it in place. So you use your pin to hold it in place like this, so it doesn't move, because I'm actually working with a small table. So I just had to cut out this place to have a straight line. So the next thing I'll be doing is just to take my shoulder measurement and I will add 4 inches. My shoulder measurement is 7, so I went down by 3.5. You can go down by 4 inches. You can take 15, as much as you want on this part. So I took 15 on this part and then I connected it to that. So take off 5 inches and take out your sleeve length. So I'll be working with 25 inches and 1 inches for the folding allowance. Sorry, I was trying to make a straight line. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to take my scissors and I'll cut through. So we'll be having elastic on the top and on the bottom part. So you can make it as big as you want to. So this is it. So this is what it's looking like. So I've headed to the sewing machine. So the next thing I'll be doing is to fold the tip, the neckline. Fold it by 1/2 inch. Fold this way. You fold it twice, like you fold 1/4 inch twice, or you can do 1/2 inches twice. I'll do that to the both side, and as well do it to the down part. Fold. This is the upper part. You fold like this. You fold it like this. I believe you understand what I'm doing. You fold it to the other end. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to reel my thread. Reel the smoky thread on my reeler. So it's very, very stretchy, as you can see. So I would advise you reel with your hand. You don't have to reel with the machine. And while reeling, don't stretch it, don't drag it. So you reel like this. Like I said, while doing this, don't drag the thread. So you keep doing it like this. Please guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you find this video interesting. Please always give my video a thumbs up. It helps promote the video, so please always give my video a thumbs up. So you continue reeling with your hand. So I was done reeling. You can reel as much as you want to. I basically do not have enough reeler, so I only reeled about 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on my other reeler. Reel with your hand and don't drag it while reeling. So this is it after reeling. I actually reeled 3. So I'm heading to the machine right now. So for the smoked thread, the smoked thread will be inside. So right now I've gone ahead to sew my upper part with 1/2 inch and the lower part of the cloth with 1/2 inch. So the smoked thread will be inside. So I've gone ahead to take off the other one, the normal thread, and here's the smoked thread that will be inside the machine. So it was kind of difficult doing that without looking at it, so I had to just open up and see what I was doing. So this was it. So you bring it out the normal way you bring out your thread and you start sewing. It's very, very simple, very, very simple. So the next thing I'll do right now is to start stitching on that line. Don't drag while stitching, and if at the process your thread finishes under, or probably it's removes, you can go ahead and continue your stitches. You don't have to lose and start again. So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew 1, It's not really bringing out that smoky effect yet. So this is it. I've gone ahead to like so. I didn't know my video stopped recording at some point. So this is it. So you keep leaving about half of an inch in between, or 3/4 inch, 0.75. You can leave as much as 1 inch in between. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up because of our time. So I won't be showing you all the process of sewing. So but the important thing is to leave out space about half inch. Don't stretch it while sewing, just so leave about half inch or 0.75 or 1 inch, but the best is from half to 0.75. You shouldn't leave more than that. So yeah, it was pardon me, here I was, and this is what it looks like after doing everything. After sewing everything. And don't forget, you are actually sewing on the right side of your fabric. While doing that, you're sewing on the right side, so the smoky effect will be at the back. The smoke thread will be at the back, at the wrong side of your fabric. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to place the both fabric together, right side facing each other, and then you start stitching with half of an inch from the arm, or from here, from the side, like this. So you stitch with, you're not stitching from that upper part, you're stitching from your arm, or you won't stitch where you have your sleeve. Remember, we are having a sleeve. So I'll be stitching half of an inch here down to the from the top part to the down part, like this. So I was done stitching it here, and this is what it's looking like, and this is our armhole space. So work on our sleeve now. See how stretchy it is, very stretchy. So this is our sleeve. I've gone ahead to fold in our boning channel. Elastic channel. I don't know why I have to say boning. So for the upper parts, I'll be cutting out 8 inches. If you're on a bigger size, you can do 10. So I'll be cutting 2 for the both sleeves. I believe you understand what I'm doing here. What I did was to sew in a channel. Sew a channel for my elastic to pass through. So this 8 inches will be up, while I'll be cutting 10 inches for the lower part. For my sleeve length, the lower part of my sleeve, 10, and I'll be cutting 2 of this for the both sleeves. So right now I'll be passing the thread through the channel I created. So you use your office pin to pass sorry. So make sure you have enough space for your elastic to go in through. So I kind of had that place a little bit tight, so I was struggling to push it in. So while doing yours, make sure you leave a little bit of a space so it can go in easily, but not so much space though. So this is it. I was passing the elastic through the channel I created. Creating the channel is very easy. Just fold half of an inch and pass your elastic through the channel. So while passing your elastic, ensure you don't allow everything go in. When it gets to this point like this, use your safety pin, your office pin, to hold it in place so it doesn't go in while drawing it inside. I believe you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to use my pin now to hold the elastic to my cloth so it doesn't move in. So this is it when I was done passing it. So I'll do the same thing, use my elastic to hold it. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the lower part of the sleeve. So this is the lower part where we would pass the 10 inches elastic through. So I said if you are of a bigger size, you can use 12 inches. I mean a plus size, you can use 12 inches elastic for the lower part and 10 inches elastic for the upper part. So when it gets to that point, you hold it in place with your pin so it doesn't go in. So you keep passing it, and this was it when I was done passing it, and I've gone ahead to stitch the side with 1/2 of an inch. I'm trying to make the video as short as possible. I don't want it so long, so I've gone ahead to sew this side, and right now the next thing I'll be doing is to sew the sleeve to the dress. So I've gone ahead to turn the sleeve to the right side. So I would sew right side facing the right side of the sleeve, facing the right side of the fabric, stitching like this with 1/2 inch round. Make sure the seam allowance, I mean the joining you have on the sleeve, is matching with the joining you have on the dress. So this is it. So I'll go ahead and sew it like this, like you see me doing right now. Stitch with 1/2 inches, I mean 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and stitch. So this is it after stitching one part, I mean stitching one of the sleeve. So I'll go ahead and stitch the other sleeve as well, and when I'm done stitching I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the both sleeves after fixing. You can see how beautiful it's looking already. So this is the whole part of it. So I'll be showing you the finished look of my mannequin, and this is what it looks like. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one.